Why is it that most development hasn't moved into the cloud yet, do you think?
Yeah, so most of the tools that we use on a day-to-day basis, right, be it our communication tools or like the various collaboration tools that we have, all of those have moved to the cloud. But the only notable exception to this trend has been the tools that developers literally use to write and run their source code, our
Right.
IDEs, etc. And my sentiment is that this has happened because of two large classes of issues. One is the internet dependency. There is the perception of a lot of latency and what happens if I have to code when I don't have access to the internet. So that's one class of issues. And the other is just the overall complexity, because at the end of the day, I am moving my local host to the cloud now. And how am I going to get all of the dev tools that I am already used to using to work on this like non-local host network that I'm already used to? And most of us engineers, we don't have a very deep understanding of how networking, etc., works underneath, right? So the various potential value propositions that might be available as part of this, like just the first hurdle of being able to jump through that barrier might seem a little off-putting.
Yeah, that initial friction can be a big turnoff for folks
Yep.
who would otherwise make the jump. And if I'm an engineer who has a local ID, like I'll say I do, I'm my instinct is to keep using what I have here and expand my tooling in other areas. Maybe because it's a comfort thing, maybe because there's just these like blockers. So, given these challenges, why should engineering leadership choose to push into the cloud for actual ID usage, coding, etc.?
The thing your corner is like at the end of the day, developer productivity is something that is usually owned by a CTO or a VP of engineering or an infrastructure or platform engineering leader, right? And they care about things like the performance of environments. Like, are developers slowed down by their local environments or from using various shared tenancy dev clusters? How easy is it for us to onboard offboard engineers to switch environments? How easy is it for an engineer to switch teams? They also care about things like security and compliance. And so my fundamental belief is that in order for an organization to truly adopt cloud-based development practices, it has to be a top-down motion in some way, driven by a couple of these priorities.